How's it going, my viewers? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. This is Mad Hacker. Just want to let you guys know. You guys can click off now if you want to. This is going to be a prequel video. This is just a video based off of, just want to give you information about the series. What if Naruto was the Jedi Knight? That's really it. This whole video is just going to be information about the Star Wars universe. So if you don't want any of that, just want to wait till I actually upload a What If, then you're free to go. Comment down if you want to, subscribe, whatever you want to do. So let's jump into the actual reason I made this video. So for this series, I'm gonna be doing two episodes simultaneously, two episode ones. It'll be a prequel edition where the What If Naruto was Jedi Knight series will be based in the prequels, and then there will be a series based in the original franchise. So one during the Clone Wars and one during when the Empire is reigning. So that's in one. Just give a few backgrounds on some characters. Not every character from Naruto will be in this series. I'll implement some as well, how they pretty much would be like in Star Wars. Some characters are gonna have a different race, like Sakura. She's gonna be a Twi'lek. And Shikamaru. He's not. He's gonna be a Thorian. So some different characters are gonna have different species. Choji, he's gonna be a Wookiee. So I thought that would be funny since he's kind of a glutton. So I thought, hey, make him a Wookiee. But yeah, and this whole episode, just want to let you guys know, this is gonna be like a little information video about like the Jedi forms, so that once I tell you about the character that I'm gonna be implementing their forms, so you guys have at least a basic understanding of the Jedi forms, what they do, what they meant to be used for, in which situation, so you can tell even before a fight would ever begin. You can tell just by their stances and their form that who is more likely to win, not just by a narrative point of view, but by an actual reality, like real perspective. How Form 2 is better against Form 4, let's say it like that. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this episode. So I'm going to go down on all of the Jedi forms and just tell you a basic understanding of each of them. So you have Form 1, Shicho. That's a basic lightsaber form that the Jedi Order teaches their initiates, not even Padawans. When you're first found by the Order, when you're old enough to hold a lightsaber training saber, that's what they're going to start training you on, Shicho. That form was made during, many thousands of years, like 7,000 years, 7,000 BBY, before there was even lightsabers. This was from the transition in the Star Wars universe from swords to lightsabers, because the Sith were the ones that developed the lightsaber first. Then the Jedi had to adapt themselves to fight these new dark side, these Force users that are using lightsabers. So it's a form made for just to teach you the basics of swordsmanship and how to use a lightsaber properly so you don't cut off your arms. And some advantages of it as well. It's mainly good. Each form is based on an ideology. Form 1 is based on the ideology of defeating your opponent without even leaving a scratch on them. You're supposed to disarm your opponent. That's the whole point of Form 1, is to disarm your opponent and cause no lethal damage. It's mainly used when you're fighting multiple targets. It's not good when you're fighting 1v0, one-on-one. That's what this form was not made for. Then you have Form 2, Makashi. This is the highest level of form for lightsaber combat. This form was made in the Jedi Civil War, during the era when the Sith, dark Jedi, they weren't really Sith, but the dark Jedi versus the Jedi Order. This form was made to combat lightsaber users, since it was a daily basis how Padawans, even though they weren't Jedi Knights, they would be thrown into battle for their lives against the other Force Adepts, and they had to change. They couldn't use Form 1 anymore because they all had lightsabers. This form is made just for fighting lightsaber users. It's weak against blaster bolt users that uses blasters, and is weak against Form 5. But with Form 2, Most users, masters of this form, will always have the highest level of degree of swordsmanship out of all the other forms. And Form 2 users usually have a high degree of force resistance because they're using close quarters combat. So they have a high resistance to force abilities. Form 3 is Sorsu. This form is mainly just a defensive form. This form was made during the era of when the galaxy was getting introduced to blaster technologies. When they were becoming more common, the Jedi Order had to forego Form 2 Makashi because they won Civil War against the Dark Jedi. And well, with the implement of Form 3, it was mainly used just to fight blaster bolts users because, well, everyone had a gun. And, well, that's the main reason why. This is just a defensive form. And it said that if you can master Form 3, you'll be invincible, practically, pretty much. This form, the highest degree of masters have such a high defense that you can never like penetrate their defenses. It's very hard to defeat a master Form 3 because the whole point is to wear out your opponent. If you're fighting a person that's using a vibro sword or a lightsaber, this form is meant to tire out your enemy so you're able to defeat them, disarm them, or hit them lethally. This whole form, that's what the whole form was made to fight against blaster bolt users and to, even though you may not be physically as strong as other species or Jedi or powerful with the Force, you're still able to beat them by trying to outlast your opponent. Then Form 4 is Ataru. This is a highly agile form meant to be used with using elaborate jumps and kicks and, close quarters combat. This form is mainly, this form is a very dangerous and a gamble form because it's an adaptation of Form 1 and Form 2. This form is mainly a combative form, but with a high degree of force enhancing abilities like Force Speed, Force Valor, and Force Aura. These force abilities that would increase your physical capabilities like your speed, your strength, your defenses, your awareness. And you use that while dealing bomb rush attacks from different angles. It's mainly you just put all your strength into a big one flurry and try to defeat your opponent in that one flurry where they're not able to defend themselves because you have a high increase of in your speed and strength by strengthening your body with the force. But a weakness with Form 4 is that it's only really useful when you have a small body. You're able to use your metachlorians. You have a high metachlorian count, and it's weak against you're in an enclosed area. Form 4 is used if you're in a large area. This is the best place you can use Form 4. So if you have a smaller body, harder to hit, you have a high metachlorian count, then that's Form 4 is what you should try to implement in. Then you have Form 5. There's two variants. There's a Shin variant, a Sensho, and a Demsho variant. Shien, a Form 5, Shien Form 5 variant, is mainly used it's a combative form. It's implemented of Form 3, defend against blaster bolts, but with this variant, it's used as blaster bolts more as a offensive tool to direct blast bolt directly at you're the person that fired it at you or in any other area. So it's a variant of Form 3. Then you have the Dim Show variant, which is variant of Form 2. This form is mainly used if you have a lot of physical strength. This is broad attacks, very powerful and not very elaborate. They're simple attacks that use your pure might and your strength to dominate your opponents. The Jedi Order has gone through phases of disallowing and allowing Form 5, the Jin So variant, just because you dance with the dark side if you use Form 5. Some Jedi Masters like it, some don't. Then you have Form 6 is Naman. This is the Diplomat's form. This is a form that the Jedi Order mainly implements, at least during the Clone War era and the High Republic era. This form is meant to be used, It's more of a jack of all trades form. This form is used for like any real situation. This form that you can use when you're fighting one on one against a lightsaber user. You're fighting blaster bolts, but this form is not really in any direct area. It's kind of an improvement on Form 1. This form was made so that the Jedi could be less in a wartime, more of just protectors, more diplomats, more of a can use their other skills, focusing on mechanics, on flying ships, on their diplomacy, on their bargaining, all these other skills. Just besides trying to combat. So this is a form that was mainly used during more peaceful times. But Form 6 is said to have a higher level of ceiling to master it, because to master Form 6, it's said to take at least 10 years. Even the most advanced Jedi masters, it will take you 10 years to master Form 6. But because it's such a generalized form, some Jedi would master Form 6, then diversify in every other form. Because once you master Form 6, you're able to master all the other forms a lot quicker and a lot faster, because it's a generalized form for it's a little bit of every single form. Then you have Form 7, the most, difficult form, and a form that only Jedi Masters are able to truly use. Form 7, Judio, is the most demanding form and takes a master of multiple forms to truly use correctly, because you dance with the dark side, you use your dark side energy. And this form is a combat form, only for combat. This form is made to fight all melee form of any melee enemy. This form is completely lethal. Use this form if you're in a death match, a one-on-one. You're gonna die. You have to use this form because this form it's mainly used in bold movements and it's very elaborate. You're using some force abilities like in Form 4 Ataru. But it's a mixture of Form 4 and Form 5, the Jin So variants. But it is said that this form does go against the Jedi Code. It does. This form is on and off. It's been banned and it's been allowed during the history of the Jedi Order. But even though it's said that Form 3 Master, a true Master, Form 3, that is said to be undefeatable. If you are a true Master of Form 7, you can defeat a Form 3 Master. Each Master, a complete Master in each form, is able to somewhat counteract the other forms, but Form 7 is the highest degree of a lightsaber form what it can ever truly be. And there are some variants like Vapad that was used by Mace Windu, a variant of Judio. And now I'll tell you the master of each form, what a master could do. Form 1. A master of Form 1 is able to completely neglect the weakness of one-on-one. When you're a complete master, you have memorized every vital point in the body. It's said you seal yourself away from all emotions and you focus on your one target when you're fighting one-on-one. A master of Form 2, it's hard to a master Form 2 is equal to master Form 3. It's said to be unbeatable during the era, and it's very hard to master Form 2. Form 3, a master Form 3, it's said that they will never be hit by a blaster bolt, never be hit in combat, because their defenses are so foolproof that no blade can ever touch them again once they hit that level, that ceiling level. Then you have a master of Form 4 Ataru. There is only said to be one true master of Ataru, and that is Grandmaster Yoda. He's truly the one. He's an embodiment of Form 4. His ability in Form 4 is truly only able because of his biology, because of the high amount of metachlorine count, and because of his small body and stature. He's able to use Form 4 far greater than any human that would have a high metachlorine count, like 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, ever could. It's in Form 3. Obi-Wan Kenobi is, the embodiment of Form 3. He's the greatest user of Form 3 in history, Jedi Order, and Star Wars canon. And for Form 2, the embodiment of Form 2 is Count Dooku. He's specified in Form 2. Then you have Form 5, used by a multitude of Sith, like Darth Bane, one of the most powerful Sith lords, the creator of the rule of two. Because of your Form 5 is generally used by people that are in amazing condition, have a great deal of just natural strength and stature. Like Anakin Skywalker, he used a variant of Jinso, the more combative form of, well, Form 5, and he used a dark side. He used his passion and emotion to, well, use a variant of Form 5. Then a master, well, Form 6, well, it's said to, well, be like Form 3, well, unbeatable. But there's only truly one master of Form 6, Ninma, and that's Exar Kun. Over 3,000 BBY, 3,040 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin. This Exar Kun was, well, one of the most powerful Jedi's of his time, but he fell to the dark side, so this happens all the time. And he was one of the only people that are ever truly able to master Form 6. And Form 7, there's no master of Form 7, because Form 7 has been disallowed and allowed so constantly throughout the Jedi Order, and so very few are ever, even of the Jedi Masters and on the Council, so few have even tried to master and use Juyo, that it's still considered under development, even at the height of Jedi Order during, well, in the Clone Wars. Very few have even became close to, well, hitting that ceiling. So no one has ever mastered Form 7. It's considered by the Jedi Order under development. And yes, this will be the little history lesson of the Jedi Order, a little bit of, well, their forms and combat. And just want to let you guys know that, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And yeah, I'm doing prequel version of when Naruto was in the prequels and original during Days of the Empire, because I have two different stories I can tell, because I feel like they'll both be interesting. I'm not going to touch the sequels, because, well, to be true, any of you that are still watching this, the sequels, they're shit. Disney fucked up Star Wars. So yeah, that's really it. Have a good day, guys. See you later.